Base44 Review 2026 Best Ways to Make Money with No Code AI. Now, Base44 has become one of the most talked about no code AI platforms in 2026 for a specific reason. It lets people with zero programming background build functional web applications from text descriptions, and those applications are good enough to sell. Now, we're not talking about simple landing pages, we're talking about actual tools, dashboards, calculators, client portals, and SaaS products that people pay for. Now, this video is an honest review of Base44 in 2026, and more specifically, a step-by-step breakdown of the income models that are working for people using it. Now, what Base44 does actually well, and where it falls short, and the specific paths to making money from what it generates, all is going to be covered. Now, Base44 is basically an AI application builder that takes natural language description of software and produces functional web applications. You pretty much go ahead and describe what your app should do, the features, the user flows, the data it manages, and Base44 generates a working application with a database, a user interface, and the logic connecting them. Now, the key capability that makes Base44 commercially interesting is that it doesn't just generate code that a developer would need and then deploy. It hosts and deploys the application automatically. Now, the moment Base44 finishes generating your app, it's live at a URL that someone can actually visit and use. Now, that eliminates the deployment complexity that makes most code generation tools practically limited. Now, the application types of Base44 handles well include internal business tools like project trackers, client databases, inventory management, and you have customer-facing portals, lightweight SaaS tools, and data management applications where the core value is organizing and displaying information. Now, what Base44 does not handle well is real-time collaborative applications that require WebSockets, high-volume transaction processing, complex integrations with enterprise systems that have restrictive APIs, and consumer applications requiring native mobile performance. You can keep expectation calibrated to the tool's genuine strengths. Now, the most direct monetization path is building applications in Base44 and selling access to them, either as a one-time purchase or subscription access. You have no-code marketplaces where this works, like, you could go to Gumroad, which is good for one-time purchase apps, buy once and download it straight away. Then Lemon Squeezy for apps with subscription, billing, and specialized marketplaces like AppSumo for lifetime deals on software tools. Now, the apps that sell on these specific platforms share a common characteristic. They're going to be solving a specific painful problem for a defined professional audience and do it better or cheaper than existing alternatives. Now, Base44 built SEO audit tool for freelancers, a social media content calendar for coaches, a proposal tracking dashboard for agencies. These find buyers because the alternative for their target user is either an expensive SaaS subscription or a cobbled together spreadsheet. Now, first of all, you're going to have to see how to identify what to build. The research method that works is looking for complaints in professional communities, Reddit threads, Twitter posts, LinkedIn discussions, where people are going to describe tasks they do repetitively in spreadsheets and wish there was a better tool for it. So, people are going to I wish there was a simple tool that does just, something specific. Now, you can build that tool in Base44. Now, with realistic income, a well-targeted niche tool is going to be priced at around $29 to $49 at a one-time on Gumroad. Okay. And you can literally go ahead and discover applications for yourself if you want to, or simply search a marketplace. So search a marketplace for literally anything, and it's going to open tons and tons of apps for you. Okay. So all of these apps, as you can see, are going to be very well matched on $47 and give a very specific reason. Now, the second income model is going to require positioning yourself as a no-code application developer for hire, building custom Base44 applications for specific clients who need internal tools or customer-facing applications, but don't have any development resources. Now, the client profile with small businesses and solopreneurs are the best targets for Base44 based freelance development. Now, they have specific operational pain points like tracking client projects, managing inventory, handling bookings, organizing customer data, but can't justify $10,000 plus for custom software development or the complexity of enterprise solutions. Now, a Base 44 built custom tool at $500 to $2,000 is going to fill that gap. You know, how to position your service, how to market yourself as a business tool builder or workflow automation specialist rather than a developer. Okay. All of these different things are going to work pretty incredibly. You know, then even going ahead and finding clients where LinkedIn is literally the highest quality channel that you can find for yourself for these kinds of sellers. Okay, you can post content about specific business problems that you have solved with many custom tools that you're refining. You know, direct outreach to business owners in specific industries where you understand the operational problems well, that has strong conversation rates because you can speak specifically to their situation. Now, the pricing, you know, Base44 freelance projects for small businesses is typically going to run $500 to $2,500, and you know they're going to run pretty efficiently with ongoing maintenance and enhancement of retainers. And you know it's going to give you a proper idea of what you're working with. Now, the most ambitious and highest ceiling income model is, I would say, building a subscription software product, which is also known as a micro SaaS on Base44. Now, this means a product that solves a specific problem for a specific professional audience, offered at a monthly subscription price and marketed to build recurring revenue over time. Now, why Microsoft works on Base44? Traditional SaaS requires developing resources and significant upfront investment. Now, Base44 is actually going to compress that build time from months to days, making it viable to test a SaaS concept with minimal investment before committing to heavy marketing or sales effort. Now, the Microsoft build process on Base44 is going to start by validating the concept before building literally anything, where you're going to post about the problem you're planning to solve in relevant communities. And once validated, you can also build a core features set in Base44. And for a Microsoft resist the temptation to include every feature you can imagine, build only what's necessary for the core value proposition. Now, the next income model, which is the fourth income model, is less common but higher ceiling. You can build a Base44 application, grow it to meaningful recurring revenues, sell to businesses. In Microsoft's business with recurring revenue, sell at 3 to 5 times annual revenue multiples, meaning a business generating $2,000 a month. Now, platforms like Micro acquire, Flippa, and Empire Flippers list and broker these acquisitions. Now, building with resale in mind means maintaining clean revenue, documentations, and good customer policies. Now, fair review requires addressing where Base44 falls short. Now, first of all, there's a complexity ceiling. Base44 generates applications to a certain complexity level and it hits a wall. Then there's hosting and performance. With Base44's hosted applications are going to share infrastructure with very high traffic, which can cause performance degradation. Then, of course, there's customizational limits, where Base44's generated UI is going to follow its design conventions. So in 2026, Base44 is a genuinely useful tool for specific income models, selling niche tools to professional audiences, building custom applications for small business clients. So, you know, this is pretty much about it for this video. If you enjoyed watching, please do make sure to drop down a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to be seeing all of you in the very next video. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.